We are now going to start on what I'm calling the posy section, or the spot that has the little flowers that raise up from the material. And the first thing that we're going to do is start in our corner with, I'm going back to my cools, and this is my color number 5. So I'm starting with color number 5, which is green. And I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, but I'll start with a chain 1. Things don't like to move for me. There we go. Single crochet, chain 3, and a single crochet. Now we are going to single crochet in every double crochet and bobble going across. We're also going to put 2 single crochets in every chain 2 space. So single in every double, okay, getting over there. That includes the doubles from your V-stitch. Put 2 singles in that chain 2 space, single in that double. Only put 1 here. Don't worry about this chain space, the chain that we did over our bobbles. Okay, so 2 in our chain 2 space, 1 in our double, 1 in our bobble, 1 in our double. So just keep going across this whole side like that. And when you get to the end, you should have 72 single crochets on this side. And then you'll treat each corner the same. You'll put a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet in every corner. Okay, I'm just going to stop this real quick. Okay, there's the beginning of our row. Now this is all kind of wonky right now. What helps to kind of clear that up is the next row. We're going to go back in and we're going to double crochet into these, and it just kind of helps pull those out, and they look a little less weird. Alrighty, just keep going and fill in all those spots. Make sure you have 72 when you finish this side. Alrighty, on to round 33. I have made sure that I have 72 stitches per side, and I screwed up and cut this off too short. Wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. So normally you're going to slip stitch to the corner and chain your 6, but I'm going to start over here. So keeping with the same color, your next corner is going to be chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll go ahead and double crochet in that corner space again. And double crochet into each of the single crochets going across. Every single one. So when you get to the other side, you will have 74 double crochets in total. Make sure that each of your sides has 74. That will include your corners, which means these guys here. So make sure that when you're counting your sides, I know we didn't talk about this before, but when you're counting your sides, make sure that you include your corner stitches. Okay, so go ahead, finish up this round. This is literally just double crochet in every single crochet, and then double crochet, chain 3, double crochet in each of the corners. I'll meet you back up over here when we go ahead and join with the 3rd chain of that chain 6. Don't cut your color because we're going to do one more row in this. Alrighty, end of round 33. You should have 74 stitches per side. We're going to go ahead and continue with round 34. This one we are going to have 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets in the corner. So start with a chain 3, double, chain 3, and 2 doubles. Now we're going to go ahead and double crochet into every double crochet going across. So this is another nice easy round. Okay, don't forget when you get to this corner, you're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets, and then when you get over here, make sure that you slip stitch to your first chain 3, which is your double crochet. Make sure that when you're done with this first side, count and have 78 stitches, because it's going to increase by 4 on this one because we have 2 double crochets in each of the corners. Alrighty, so 78 stitches per side, double crochet in each, and then make sure that you have 2, 3, 2 in the corner. Alrighty, I'll see you once we get over here. Go ahead and cut off when you finish this row because we're going to change our colors. All right, round 34 is completed, and I do have 78 stitches on each of my sides. And now starts the fun part of this section. We're actually going to start working on some Posy Stitch. So go ahead and join in your corner with a chain 6, 5, 6, and do your double crochet. Now we are going to double crochet in 4, and then we're going to do our first Posy. 2, 3, 4. Now on the instructions, there is a part that explains to you how to do a Posy stitch. I am going to show you as well. Let me just get back here real quick. We're on round 35. Okay, so the Posy stitch is, we're going to be working in these 2 stitches right here. Now, I know that, you know, we're programmed to work right into the next stitch. However, this time we're going to be skipping over this stitch and starting our work on this stitch. Okay, so first, around this post, we're going to double crochet and do a picot, which is for me a chain 3, and then you slip stitch into the first chain. And we're going to do that a total of 5 times around this one. And so you're going to be, you know, spinning your work as you need to, because we're actually going to be, every Posy, we're going to be spinning this in a circle, because we need to work down one and then back up the other. Okay, so we've got our first one. Now we're going to go 2, 2, 3, slip stitch into that first, 3, and picot, and 4, and picot. This is kind of a, and 5, pokey stitch, I guess. Like, it moves slow. This is not one that just buzzes right along and gets done fast, but it's so cute. Okay, now we've done 5 down that post. We're going to work 4 back up this post. So 1, picot, 2, picot, 3, picot, and 4, picot. Okay, and then to finish off this Posy, we're going to do one more double crochet into that side. Now we're going to go behind this work, and these double crochets that we went into, we're going to go in the tops of them as well. So we want to double crochet into the next 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. So if you notice, it's basically 5 double crochets down both of them. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 petals, I guess you could call them. And it does lay down kind of nicely. It fills the whole thing in, like there's no gaps or spaces that you can see, because this just works right over the top of what went underneath. So it just closes it all off and makes it a really nice, neat little stitch. So we're going to do that posy one more time. Skipping this one, we're going to work in this one. So we're going to do 5 double crochet picots around that post. I'm going to turn my work here. I'm just like working on it sideways, I guess. There's 2 and a picot, 3, and a picot. And see, sometimes it's dangerous to get my stuff behind there because I can catch it with my hook and crochet things in there I don't mean to do. And 4 and 5. Always doing a picot right after. Okay. Now working up this double crochet here. One, 2, 3, and slip 2, and picot, sorry, that loop was really big, 3, picot, 4, and picot, and close that off with a double crochet. Now spinning the work so that you're looking at the top, work into the double crochet spaces behind and work into 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's take a look at those. Those are super cute. So, go ahead and continue working this until you get over to this corner. I'm going to come back and we'll do this corner together, and then I'll let you go and finish. You can finish off the last 3 rounds, or 3 sides, I should say, doing this row of posies. All right, so I repeated where it told me to make a posy and do 10 double crochets. I did that 7 times. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then the last bit of the row says to make a posy and then double crochet into the last 4 stitches. So I know it seems like you don't have enough space in this last little bit to put it, but you do. So there should be 4 stitches in total left over, you know, after you put your 10. So you're going to go behind here and you will once again double crochet into the stitches available behind, which is 4. And then in our corner, we are making a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet. Okay, so doing the same thing on the remaining 3 sides. You're going to double crochet into the first 4, you'll do your posy, and then you'll double crochet into the 10. All the way over to here, you'll put one last posy in, and then you'll double crochet in the last 4. All right, so go ahead and finish up this round. Go ahead and slip stitch to join to the 3rd chain, and then you can cut this color after you're done, because we're going to make a different color in the next round. I have completed round 35, and I have joined with the 3rd chain of my chain 6 on that corner. I went ahead and cut off because we are going to change colors, and I'm going to add some black in because when you add black to more vibrant neon type colors, it actually makes them pop and makes them more vibrant if you put just a tiny little touch of black in there. See how that almost glows? So if you leave it just your real bright colors, it's pretty, but it doesn't pop, and I want this to pop. So I am going to start with a chain 3 in the corner, and I'm going to double crochet, chain 3, double crochet into that corner. This is going to be, this row and the next row are going to be super, super easy rows, and they are the same color, so you don't have to cut after. Actually, you're not going to cut colors. You're going to do 3 rows of this color. So all 3 rows of this color are straight double crochet all the way through. So this is going to be nice and simple for you. Let's see. Let's go ahead and double in here because I want to show you how to work around these posies so that you don't get your stitches confused and end up accidentally adding a stitch in there when you don't mean to. So when you get over here, this is actually the last double crochet in this before we started the posy. I personally wanted to put one here, but I want to show you what that is. If you kind of pull this through, this is actually the first double crochet of our posy over here. All right, so when you're pulling through and you're looking at this, don't put a double crochet into that no matter how bad you want to, because that's not actually one of the stitches we're going to be working into. You're going to put it here, and then you're just going to jump over the posy and you'll put one here. Okay, so that's going to be the same when you get over. Every single one of these looks the same. They're all confusing, but as long as you know what you're looking for. And another way for you to look at it too is if you match up the ones that were put in, that's going to be the last one that you're going to put anything into. And then when you jump over here, you'll start in the ones that you did behind. Okay, so just make sure that you don't put any extra stitches in there, because that's going to throw your count off for future rows, and that it makes a difference, especially when you want things to come out just right and not have to rip rows back. So after this round, you're going to have 84 stitches on each side of the blanket. So I'm going to let you go ahead and finish up this round, and go ahead and slip stitch to this chain 3 over here. This counts as a double crochet. I will start the next round with you, and then I'll let you finish up the last of the 3 rows all together. Alrighty, so round 36 is done. Slip stitched to my first chain 3, and I'm going to slip stitch in the next double crochet, slip stitch in the corner, so that we're now in a working space. Go ahead and double crochet, or no, sorry, not double crochet, chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and double in that space. All right, the reason why I wanted to work this corner with you was to show you that this row and the next row are going to just have the single double crochet, chain 3, double crochet in it, as opposed to the double, double. So when you work the next 2 rows, only do 1 double crochet, chain 3, 1 double crochet in the corners Otherwise, there wasn't anything super significant that I felt like we needed to talk about, but I didn't want you thinking that you needed to continue with the 2 double crochets in the corner, because that would have screwed up your count later on. Okay, so go ahead and work the next 2 rows doing a double, chain 3, double in the corners, and then double crochets in everything else around. And I'll meet you back up here after round 38. On round 38, you should have 88 stitches per side. Okay, I've completed through round 38. Make sure that you have 88 stitches per side before you start the next round. I'm going to join my next color in the corner with a chain 3, 2, 3, and we're going to do another double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochets into that corner. We're on round 39 now. So we're going to double crochet into 4. Okay, and then we're going to posy in the next stitch. I'm sorry, the next 2 stitches. All right, my posy's made. And then working in the stitches behind. I know my, excuse me, I know my color is black, and I'm sorry about that. It doesn't really help with being able to see it on screen. Excuse me. Maybe bring that in just a little bit. But I'm working into the stitches behind the posy, and then we're working into an additional 8, so a total of 10. And we're at 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so I'm going to posy again, but what this has done is this has now lined up our posies so that they're going to fall in between each of the previous flowers. When you get to the other side, you're going to double crochet in the last 4. You're basically going to be doing the exact same thing you did on this round, where you're up to the last 4 and you're going to put a posy in these 2 stitches. These are going to be the only 2 stitches up here that are exposed, but it's going to be a total of 4 double crochets because you'll be working behind the posy. And then you're going to repeat the same kind of row that you did here, but you're going to be changing your color after this round because the posy round is just 1 color. So you're going to need to choose another color. And then you're going to go ahead and repeat basically the same kind of row that you did with when you did this round here. And then you're going to do 1 more row in the new color that you're going to do after this posy. And that'll be the end of the posy rounds. I will come back and I'll change colors with you, but I'm going to let you finish this posy round by yourself because after all this practice on this round, I'm sure you know what you're doing by now. Go ahead and join with your chain 3 right here, and you are going to change colors, and you are just, so if you don't want to come back to the video, you don't have to. I am going to complete this section with you if you do want to come back just for some support. But from this point on, you'll change your colors again, and you'll basically do 2 more rows of double crochet, and that'll be it for this particular section. All right, I've finished round 39 with the posies, and I have gone ahead and joined with my chain 3 and finished it off, tucked in my ends, and now I'm ready to move on to round 40 and 41. These are going to be identical rows, and these are going to be the last rows of the posy section. So go ahead and start with a chain 3. We're going to do the same double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochets in the corner. And then these rows are simply going to be double crochet in each stitch all the way around. You'll end up with 100 stitches per side once you finish round 41. So we are on round 40 right now. You'll do one more row like this. You should have 100 stitches per side when you complete these 2 rows. All right, so I'm not gonna do the whole thing with you. I feel like you guys understand this at this point. Go ahead and do this row, one more, make sure there's 100 per side. Finish up with joining with a chain, or joining to the chain 3. Remember, the next row is going to be the same, so you're going to slip stitch over to the corner, start with a chain 3 and do the same corner. All right, if you have any questions, just reach out to me. Okay, I have completed through round 41, and that does conclude the part with the posies. So you can go ahead and get your warm colors ready again, or whatever colors you're working on. I'm going to go back to my warms. We're going to do another section of the spike clusters. So I'm going to be using, in the green spot, I'll be using this off-white tone. In the blue spot, I'll be using the yellow. The dark blue, I'll be using the orange. And in the black spot, I'll be using the pink. So go ahead and get your next colors ready. However you're putting your blanket together, I'm sure it's beautiful. But we're going to be switching over to a new pattern. I hope you've enjoyed it so far.